Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking at the race meeting today from Greyville on the turf track. Today is the 11th of April. We have an eight race meeting. If you want to subscribe to this video to receive it every time that we post this free video, just click the subscribe button and ring the bell. You can also find us on social media. And then we want to introduce you to Dr. Genie. He's ready to help you with your punting problems. We will discuss that just now, what Dr. Genie can do for you. You can also subscribe to our daily form analysis. We have a few packages for you, special offers. The package one is you sign up now and get selections from now till the end of April, only 300 Rand. Then our normal package price is 500 Rand. If you sign up now and get selections from now till end of May, so that is another 5 weeks, that will cost you 500 Rand. So that means you pay 100 Rand a week for very good advice. And then package 3 is a 6 months package till end of September. The normal value is 3,000 Rand. We will charge you 1,100 Rand. So if you're interested, WhatsApp me on 083-585-5133. Then quickly, what can Dr. Genie do for you? Are you one of the many punters that out there were tired of losing, tired of constantly picking the wrong horses, tired of not being able to find the outsiders to catch the bigger payments? Then if your answer is yes to the above question, then you need Dr. Genie. If you are sick, you see your doctor. If you want legal advice, you see your lawyer. If you are losing on punting horses, you see Dr. Genie. Recently, Outsider Genie had a lot of requests from punters battling to win to give them advice on how to improve their punting. So therefore, I started this unique sessions where I will spend 50 minutes with you on a personal level via a Zoom call. And in this session, you can discuss whatever you want, and I will advise you to the best of my ability. Some of the subject that you can look at is your betting strategy, how to punt to win, how to use computer form, formulating your bets, how to find outsiders, learn more about handicapping, any other questions that you might have. I will spend 50 minutes with you, and you can use that time to discuss any racing matters and or ask questions. I truly believe that such a point will benefit you greatly in your punting. I will also record this meeting, and you will receive the recording in order for you to rewatch should you want to listen again to some of the matters discussed. The cost for this 50 minutes is 250 Rand, paid in advance. And as a bonus, I will give you the following. You will receive 30 days free daily form analysis from Outsider Genie to the value of 500 Rand. I will give you the new, and I must say I've revised it and added in some more advice into my document Punt to Win. That advice in there is priceless. I can't put a price on that. Then also I'll give you the video how to read computer form and how to use computer form to find outsiders. The total value is 950. You pay 250. So if you want to make a booking, send me a direct message on 083-585-5133. So let's get back to the racing. Racing is at Greyville. As I said, 8 race cards starting at 12:45. So let's look at the betting on the first race, which is a maiden plate over 1,400 for juveniles. I'm not going to give you any selections, but I'll give you the betting. Number 4, Kyleen's 15-20, Miss Jacqueline 11-2, 7-1, Bay of Dreams, 12-1, Federica, 12-1, Blazing Stew, 12-1, Blind Love, 16-1, Sea Cruise, Global Secret, 25-1, and longer the rest. And while we're here, let's have a look at race number 2 we will discuss just now. The betting is number 1, Final Destiny, 16-10, West Point, 22-10, Top of Chocolate, 5-1, Montana Sky, 9-1, 12-1, Got It All, 14-1, Cletter, 55-1, and Better the rest, scratch numbers 3 and 7. So here in race 2, we kick off, and my first selection is the number 1 horse. So I just want to scroll down there to now race number 2. Here we are, number 1, Final Destiny. Golf put on board, Luke Ferraris. This horse has shown some form previously, and last time ran second to Mr. Gonzalez. Now that form was frank earlier in the week. when Mr. Gonzalez follow up his maiden win to win easily again. You can see already out of that race, 8 runners, 2 winners, 13 runners, 1 winner in his previous race, there, 13 runners, 3 winners. So it looks like Final Destiny has competed in quite a few strong races. Then my outsider selections, number 2, Chocolate, has been placed 3 times. That ran in the same race, that ran behind Mr. Gonzalez as well, but was 3 lengths behind, 1.5 lengths behind Final Destiny. And I think, but Lyle Hughes can make a difference. He was also on the same horse last time. So I would think that the finish would be fought out by these 2 runners. Then we move on to the outsider selections, number 6, which is Cleto jockey Jason Gates. He has got this nick to win with outsiders. This horse ran on the gravel turf last time, improving from his polyform. And I think number 6, Cleto, can also be one of the horses when the photos are taken at the finishing post. Then number 8, West Point, a 2-year-old running against 3-year-olds, certainly in a disadvantage in terms of weight for age. But I think this horse has had a reasonable good debut, and yeah, can definitely be also involved in the finish. And we move on to race number 3, and here we have a conditional progress, plate class B, average meter rated 90, and here let's have a look at the betting. The betting as follows: number 4, Wild Coast 15 to 10, 7 gear 2 to 1, shareholder 33 to 1, Captain Wu 7 to 1, 12 to 1, Wishful Girl, Pay Back the Money, and Star of Joburg. I think in essence this race will be fought up between number 1 and number 4. My preference is number 4, Wild Coast. He won here last year on the 7th of June, and that was the last time that he won. And then had 3 runs, ran in the Durban July, finishing 4.5 lengths. Not in the Durban, in the Derby, sorry, and the KwaZulu-Natal Derby. And then had 2 runs after that. Yeah, might be that he might need the run, but this is a small field, not a strong field, and I think Wild Coast certainly a very good selection to win this race. And then I'm number 7, 7th gear, Son of Cherry on the top by Tiger. It's very well bred. Also won last time in the KwaZulu-Natal season at Greyville, beating Leopold. Then went back to the Cape, where he ran some fair races. And yeah, I think my preference Wild Coast, but at the 7th gear also has a good chance to win this race. For the outsider selection, you might pop in number 3, Captain Wu, a 3-year-old, only has had 6 runs so far. Looks like a progressive horse and need to be included in all of your play. We then move on to race number 4, where we have a maiden plate over 1,600 meters for fillies and mares. And here the betting is as follows: number 8, Rainwear 19 to 10, Highborn 5 to 1, Emerald Isla 11 to 2, Ruby Sky 6 to 1, Laurel Lane 6 to 1, Diamond and Tots 7 to 1, 16 to 1, and better the rest. And here my first selection is the favorite, number 8, Rainway. The Tony Riverland stable is in form. Stewart Randolph is bringing the winners, and this horse has improved in both his last 2 runs, and I'm sure that this horse will be hard to beat in this race today. Outsider selections, I went for numbers 12. Number 12 here is Laurel Lane. Laurel Lane is wide draw at 12, but has improved. Was beaten comprehensively last time by Emerald Palace on the poly, but now back on the turf again. And I'm sure it's not going to be beaten by 12 lengths, certainly inclusion in all of your play. And my other outsider selection is number 1, Ruby Sky. Also, horse that's improving, and on this Greyville 1,400 meters, Warren Kennedy on board, the Act of War. Man, are they running well these days. Certainly inclusion in all of your bets, Ruby Sky. And then we also want to look at number 9. Highborn only has had one run. Dennis Bosch stable. Richard Fourie on board. Definitely a very competent jockey. It says yes, debuted over the Poly 1200, now over at the turf 69 meters, which I'm sure will suit this horse. So number 9, Highborn, also you need to be included in all of your bets. We then move on to race number 5, which is another maiden plate for over 1,000 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 2, Hello Tomorrow, 7-2, Water Splash, 4-1, Isha Star, 11-2, Senza Slam, 6-1, Leopard Lady, 13-2, English Princess, 7-1, 10-1, Super Layla, Quintenza, 18-1, 22-1, and longer the rest. So here my first selection is the number 5 horse, the number 11 horse. Sorry, the number 7 horse, Lasha Star. Now, Lasha Star did run second behind Champompo Champisi, and that was a very good run. Relocated from Gauteng and has had 2 decent runs against Stuart Randolph on board. And I think that we might find that this form behind this horse, Champompo Champisi, is going to be strong form. So therefore, I would think Lasha Star definitely a horse to beat in this field. Currently 11-2. Then we move. Also, then my outsider selections is number 6, Leopard Lady. Only had 1 run, didn't run bad, 2.7 lengths behind, was fastest 400 to finish 22.9, which is finished, but that was on the poly, now on the turf, but I don't think there'll be a problem. So definitely number 6, Leopard Lady, can also improve in this race. In my other outsider selection is number 11, Serena Slam, Lyle Hewitson for his dad. This horse has had 2 runs, 1 on the poly and 1 on the turf. And again, here we have this form, Champompo Champisi, again, but a little drawn, a little bit wide. But with Lyle Hewitson on board, very competent jockey might be able to overcome the draw. And then also we want to have a tweet touch number 2, Hello Tomorrow, has been placed, but he's battling to win his races. Last time I was beaten by Kelly's Fate in the same race, number 1, Water Splash. Both of them need to be included in all of your bets, quartet, trifectas, pick sixes, everything. Then we move to race number 6, which is a fillies and mares 68 handicap over 1900 meters. And let's have a look at the betting race 6. Certainly over open race, they're betting number 9-2 the field, number 6 Mission Beach, 5-1, 1 for Q for you, 5-1 Sacred Ibis, 6-1 Rise, Koji.com 7-1, Golden Duck 7-1, Wintertime 8-1, Twice a Special 11-1, Legend has it 16-1, 20-1, and better the rest. Scratch numbers 9, 10, and 14. So here my first selection is the number 1 horse. I did follow this horse last time out. Has had a stable change, and now with the Gareth van Sale Jr. Yeah, I did run in much in higher competitions. He's coming down in the ratings. Was dropped another 2 points last time. Number 1 now running in an E63. Hasn't competed in this division for a very long time. And I think the fact that the main rider is coming down in class will make number 1 Rise a very hard horse to beat. Last time went to the front and was just run out of it. And maybe I would think that Lyle Hewitson might choose to change tactics a bit today and sit a little bit and let the horse run on. So it's going to be interesting to see what the tactics is that he's going to follow. In my outsider selections is as follows. Number 7. I'm including number 7 because number 7 don't have very good form, but has got some ability. But the fact that it's Tony Nassif coming down from Gauteng, it's a natural inclusion, not to be left out, because he's got this cunning ability to bring horses here. The other day, he won with a 35-1. So certainly, I'm not going to be caught out leaving this horse out of my play. Then number 11, my other outsider selection, Sacred Ibis. Sacred Ibis, look for Horus on board, but draw 11. Also, horse was in that same race as number 1, Keep on Dancing. Behind the Keep on Dancing, ran on well late. this might be the horse that if number 1 Rise goes to the front, it might be running him down. Again, also a drop in merit rating from 86 to a 67, has been competing in C divisions, D division, now finding itself in the E division. Certainly number 11, a huge runner in this race with number 1 Rise. And then we also want to touch on number 3. Number 3 is Q for You. Also a horse that has won his maiden 2 runs back and didn't run too badly in his next 2 races, but in lower class than number 1 and number 11, but certainly in with a chance. A Kerrari Ferry by Last Tycoon May, nicely bred. Ryan Munger on board from Draw Free, so also an inclusion in all of your bets. We then move on to race number 7, which is a graduation handicap, which I'm not in favor of this. If you run a graduation, run a graduation. If you want a handicap, you run a handicap. But anyway, it's a 1400 meters class B, average merit rated 86. And the betting as follows. Number 4, State of Mind, 33 to 10, Point of Sale, 7 to 10. 4 to 1, Purple Moons up, 4 to 1, Love Bomb, 7 to 1, Princess Anastasia, Purple Persuasion, 14 to 1, Electric Surge, 15 to 1, 16 to 1, Jack's Bird, 22 to 1, and longer the rest, scratch number 10. Yes, it's very difficult to assess this form with the way that Gold Circle presents the numbers, because you have to now, you don't have the weight from top to bottom, but on my selection here is number 11, Love Bomb. I've been following this horse, this filly, since she won that a long odds beating Calorema. And she's always there and thereabouts, but always finding someone to beat her. Today, again, carrying 62.5. But this horse is so well, I think he's got tons of ability. And hopefully today, even from draw 11, she can pull it off. And then I think other horses that are well in on the weight here is number 3, Princess Anastasia. I think this is my outsider selection. Very well bred, getting carrying 52, which will certainly make her dangerous. Need to be included in all of your play. It's a very well bred filly, and definitely I think on that weight might have a chance. Then my other outsider selection is number 7, Electric Surge. I just got the idea that this horse is also much better than the form suggests, and that ran behind Gentleman's Wager. Gentleman's Wager did win the other day again. Preferential is a horse that has won, I think, 5 out of 7 races lately. One of the most improved horses in KwaZulu-Natal. And also from this lightweight of 52.5 might bother the top ones, getting 10 kilograms from Love Bomb. And then also another inclusion in this is number 9, Point of Sale, Grant Cotton, coming from Cape Town. This horse was also run against some useful opposition in the Cape, and now in Greyville. Has had 3 runs on this course, but still have to win. But has got the services of Lyle Hewitson on board, which make it definitely a huge runner. Then we move on to race number 7, after race number 8, which is merit rated 72, handicap class D, average merit rated 69 over 1400 meters. Now, here the betting is as follows. Number 3, Master of Destiny, 33 to 10, 11 to 2, Canadian Bolt, 6 to 1, Morse, Balance Wind, 7 to 1, The Snow Star, 10 to 1, Gold Season, 12 to 1, Movie Magic, 12 to 1, Hello Again, 13 to 1, Flying Peter, 13 to 1, 15 to 1, Tom Bombadil, and 15 to 1, and longer the rest. Scratch number 7, Heroic D. Now, guys, I think in this race, I found you a nice outsider that you can go each way on. I really like the look of this horse, and that's number 9, Gold Season. Now, if you have a look here, it doesn't look like much, but let me share this form with you, and then you will understand. First of all, this horse was a 93, now a 74, has come down 21 points, that's 11.5 kilograms in the merit rated. Has been running against some stronger horses. Let's have a look. Now, this horse debuted behind Winter Stories. Winter Stories then went on to win a Future. Then this horse was trained previously in Gauteng by Andrew Fortune. Then they entered this horse as a maiden. They entered it to the Gatecrasher Stakes against some winners. As you can see here, Master of Disguise was a 2-time winner. Fast Love, Color My Fate, Walls of the Brick. Some of them has won again. Here you have Kaysen, who won 2 races. As already, so you can see that he beat a nice field. Then in his next race, he ran in the Golden Horseshoe Grade 2, finishing 3.2 lengths behind No Breeze. And we all know what No Breeze did. No Breeze won the Premier's Champions, ran second behind Sent by Destiny in that. So from there, then he moved on to the next race, which was behind Copper Mountain in the graduation plate, finishing 7 lengths behind. Now, Copper Mountain, also a very good horse. Here, second base, finished 2 lengths in front of him. And that horse has won 4 races in a row and has been placed in some of the big races during the Gauteng season. Then in his next race, he ran in Grainbeck Stakes for 3-year-old against a horse like the likes of Malmoose, Forever Mine. Here's Catch 22, Winter Stories, Bingwa, Willow Express. So you can see, and even, okay, although he ran 11 lengths behind, you put any one of those horses in this field, they probably win by 10 or 20 lengths. So then his next race, he ran in the medal 93 open handicap against, it was 3.75, was 9 lengths behind the horses and the likes of Dr. Doolittle, very good horse. F Squadron, placed 1. The 8 Lord is also a multiple-time winner. Shah Akbar ran 4th in the future, did winner. He has won 2 races. And then Have a Go Joe, also there, did win his next race, finishing behind Gold Season. So then his next race, he ran in Meredith 78 handicap against the likes of Stone Cold, who has won again. Ice Lord has won 2 races. A Fraud won again the other day. Sun Giant, who finished just in front of him, has won again and placed. And then lastly, in his last race, he ran against there behind Ice Lord, again, 13 lengths behind. But again, in the Meredith at 80 handicap, Storm Commander coming a winner out of that race. Now today, he find himself in a D Division 69, having dropped from a 93 to a 74. You can see on his last run, he was dropped another, from an 81 to a 74, he was dropped 7 points, it's 3.5 kilograms. And certainly Dean Kannemeyer, having had this horse from the 8th of February, I'm sure this horse is ready to run a huge race today, number 9 Gold Season. And other outsider selections that you can look at is number 11, which is Movie Magic. Now, Movie Magic also has been running against some decent opposition. You can see here 78, 78, 76, 75, C Division, D Division, now finding itself in a D68. And I'm sure last time out ran on behind Burning Wings. You can see out of that race, 8 runners, 3 winners, 9 runners, 2 winners. So number 11, Movie Magic, certainly inclusion in all of your bets. As is the case of number 12, Canadian Bolt, also running against a strong opposition last time in a C Division 78. Before that, running against Shinnecock in a B83. So also this horse also coming down. You can see C Division. Since breaking his maiden, has never won a run in a D Division, has been running in the C Divisions. Wayne Angrela board, certainly number 12 Canadian board, inclusion in this race. Also have a look at number 2. And number 2 is Master of Destiny, who also won his last race in a 75 C Division, in a C Division 75, also down in class, also ran in that race behind Burning Wings. But I think that Burning Wings won after that again. So also number 2, Master of Destiny, certainly to include in all of your bets. So that brings us to the end of our presentation and our preview. I hope I could point you in the right directions and put you on to a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.